Hey everyone, it's Craig and I'm back with another Pokemon Showdown Moveset video. I don't really want to be just spamming these out just for, the sake of it and whatnot, but I haven't really had the time to record like a long session of this or anything on like the Xbox. So hopefully these will kind of make do for the time being. I do have a long weekend coming up, so I will try and get something recorded then. But going off the theme of the last video, which was the defensive Scyther one, I figured I would do this this Pokemon Mightyena, which I did use in the, I think it was a PU session that I did a couple of months ago, and it's kind of like the same thing as the Scyther one, where it's more of an offensive Pokemon, but actually fits a defensive role quite well. Although I've kind of changed the moves around a little bit, and I've come up with a couple more variations you could do. But I was also looking at the kind of Pokemon that Mightyena sort of reminds me of and fits the kind of similar role of, and I was looking at Sawsbuck and Rapidash, which are two really good Pokemon. Especially I think Rapidash is very underrated, and I was looking at the moves, not the moves, sorry, the EVs and the IVs, base things, all that stuff, because Mightyena is, I think it's like, I like it, but it's definitely lacking a little bit in its stats, especially when I was thinking of these two Pokemon that it reminds me of, because Sawsbuck has 80 HP, which is pretty good. It also has 100 attack and 95 speed, so that's outclassing Mightyena in those three stats. And then Rapidash doesn't have as much health, but it has 100 attack, 105 speed. It also has 80 defense, 80 special defense and 80 special attack, so you could run a mix set if you wanted to. But 80 special defense, 70 defense, not too bad. Like I said, HP is lacking a bit, but that 105 speed is very nice. So Mightyena is outclassed in speed by both of them by quite a bit, and also in pretty much every other stat. So Game Freak needs to get on the shit and buff this a little bit, and I think it needs a speed boost, because with Moxie, that's going to really help your attack. And 90 attack in NU is, it's not too bad, but like I said, the speed needs to be up to like 95 or something at least, and wouldn't be too bad. It says Sawsbuck and Rapidash aren't exactly, breaking the NU meta, so yeah. But also I was thinking as well, like, looking at kind of Dark type Pokemon, looking at the moves and the stats and stuff, I think Dark type works a lot better for a defensive type and moveset rather than an offensive one, because if you look at the moves, there's like Taunt, Torment, Knockoff, which I know does damage, but it's kind of like more of a utility move in my opinion. Crunch Lows, is it defense or special defense? I can't remember. There's lots of other like kind of random ones that don't really do that much damage, but have like the secondary effect that kind of like helps neutralize the other opponent, if you know what I mean. So anyway, let's get into the set after all that. So the ability here, I realised that Mightyena has actually 3 pretty good abilities. Quick Feet is probably not something you're going to see often, but actually looking at it, and like I was saying with the speed, probably wouldn't be that bad of an option if you can guarantee that you're going to get paralysed, of course. But Intimidate is the one I use in this set, because obviously boosting your attack isn't too important. And the Intimidate's going to obviously lower their attack, make you more bulky, so go with Intimidate. Item Leftovers is because obviously getting your health back is good. Can't really think of anything else you would want to use. And then the moves here, because this is a defensive set, the defensive moves are pretty much like, you're not really going to change them about, and it's going to be your attacking moves that you want to be switching up depending. But first things first is Heal Bell. Didn't realise Mightyena got that. I think that may be something that I learned this gen, might have been last gen, who knows. But obviously Heal Bell is really good because getting rid of status on your team. And it also frees up if you had another Pokemon. Like I normally find myself having a Pokemon that's like a defensive one that will end up not having any moves like this, and then my other defensive Pokemon ends up having to basically carry all the kind of cleric abilities, which I find that it's better to split them between them, so that's just my opinion. But yeah, Heal Bell there. Then we got Raw, because getting rid of boost, sub, stuff like that is always helpful. In my opinion, I like to have a phaser on a team, so having something with Heal Bell and Raw very good, and then you've got room for offensive moves. I've gone for Crunch just because it's more reliable, but if you wanted to, you could go for Sucker Punch, or you could go for Foul Play. Like I say, it just depends what you want. Sucker Punch is obviously good because, like I was saying again, Mightyena speed is not fantastic, and then you can just keep clicking Sucker Punch over and over again. Eventually you're going to get a hit off, but like I say, Crunch is more reliable, and I think, yeah, it does lower the target's defense. 20% chance, seems to be a lot less, but can be helpful. And then finally, this is one of the moves that I was just thinking you could probably have like quite a lot of things here. In that session I was using Toxic, which, you know, obviously defensive Pokemon with Toxic, very good, you stop things stalling you. But when I was looking for the moves, I was thinking you could have Yawn if you wanted to, and then maybe you could switch out Raw for something else, because Yawn kind of works as a phasing move in a way. But I was thinking as well, looking at the moves, you could have Play Rough, which is, you know, it's pretty nice. I like using Play Rough on Lipad because I find that, like, the dark fairy coverage is pretty nice. But then I was thinking you could have Poison Fang, because Poison Fang doesn't do a lot of damage, it's only 50 base power, but super effective against fairies, which is very good. And the 50% chance to badly poison the target as well. Like, if it was just regular poison, I would probably say, like, don't use it. But the fact that it toxic poisons them and does damage and is super effective against fairies, which your dark type move isn't. I don't know. Like I say, it feels like quite a good trade-off, because 50% on Pokemon is pretty much every turn, because for some reason, like, the chance mechanics just don't seem to be right. But yeah, I was thinking that I think the only things that really resist these two moves together are other Pokemon with both poison and dark types, and the only ones I can think of that would give you a problem are Drapion and Skuntank, whatever the hell it's called, but they're both in RU, so it would only be their previous evolutions, but I don't think you ever see anyone use that. So there's probably a couple of really obscure Pokemon I'm not thinking of, but I think for the most part, this set will, like these two moves, will get you through. And there is quite a lot of Psychic and Grass types in NU, which I've noticed. So, like I say again, this set will cover you for that. And then the spread, pretty simple. Max HP, I mean 344 HP, not too bad. And the defense 262, and then like you kind of 1.5 with your Intimidator, or is it 1.3 I guess? So your defense is not too shabby, and then just 4 whatever, I just put in speed because why not? So that's pretty much it for the moveset. Kind of rambled on a bit, but I wanted to go through like the whole thought process of this set. And like I say, I thought it did pretty well in that session. I really liked it, because nobody uses it, nobody expects it. Like I said, Dark is a pretty good defensive type in my opinion. Maybe slightly less this gen because of Fairy typing, and it seems to be quite popular, but what are you going to do? So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and like I say, hopefully I'll have a full session or something out within the next couple of days. So, yeah, ta-ta!